Hi everyone, AJ here from herfitnesssolutions.com. Today, actually I've warned you guys in the title. Guys, if any guys have tuned into this, just turn this off because I'm going to talk about my period for like 5 minutes, so you don't need to hear about that. Anyway, this one's for the ladies. I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of history, so maybe some of you that can relate to this will be able to use this information to help you with your programming at the gym. So for me, my whole life, my cycle has always been something I've struggled with. It's improved tremendously. The healthier I've become, the more I focus on my nutrition and more physically fit I am. It has definitely improved, but my biggest thing is that the first 2 to anywhere maybe like up to 5 days of my cycle, it just depends on the month, I'm basically on house arrest. I've got really heavy flow, and the pain is something that I have actually passed out from before. So, and I've got a pretty high pain tolerance. Those of you that know me will attest to that. But anyway, that's just something that I struggle with. I know some of you are like, oh my God, why don't you go to the doctor? Okay, I've been to lots of doctors, lots of specialists. I've had all sorts of blood work, ultrasounds, all that kind of stuff done, and there's nothing that they can really pinpoint as a problem. In fact, they're like, wow, it's interesting that you're so healthy and this is such a big issue, and seeing as a lot of women in my family struggle with the same issue, they just basically have told me it's genetics and I need to learn to cope with it. So this is what this blog is really about. It's about learning to cope with that. So the reason I'm talking about it now is because of something that just recently happened. So for the last, let's say for the last half of 2013, I had kind of put one of my training protocol had been like a modified Westside program, strength-focused training. And just with some of the goals that I had in the last part of 2013, it wasn't really the ideal program for those goals. So I had put that aside and focused on more bodybuilding style training. Wanted to put on a little bit more size, and I mean that worked great, and my goal was to go back to the Westside protocol in the new year, which I did. I think I started 10 days ago, but I was silly because I didn't take into account my menstrual cycle. So basically what happened was I started my Westside protocol, and if anyone is familiar with that, it works in waves. So each wave consists of 3 weeks where you're trying to improve your big lifts. So you're working in kind of a 3 rep range, and you're working, like right now I'm working on my squat and my bench are my 2 focuses. And then every 4th week is a deload week, and that week you're not hitting like those weights the way you normally would. You can actually use that 4th week to work on whatever you need to work on. So it might be mobility, it might be some movement pattern work, maybe just meditation. Some people can actually just take that week off. I've done that before and when I needed it. So, okay, so I started about 10 days ago, and then this weekend I got my period. And 2 days ago I was supposed to go in for my max effort upper body day, and I had to miss that. And I was like, hey, what am I doing? Why didn't I time this up with my cycle better? So I've been using just an app on my iPhone to track my cycle, and it's freakish how bang on this thing is, like down to the hour. I'll get the warning and I'm like, oh, here we go, and it starts. So what I'm going to do is I've just have to regroup. I'm going to restart my program, and I'm going to sync it up so that my deload week within my gym programming is going to time up with the first week of my cycle, which is the time for me that I feel the worst. Some women are different. Some women, they have a real battle within that week before. I don't have any PMS pretty much. It's just as soon as it starts, things go a little bit crazy for me. So how everyone wants to use that timing might be a little bit different based on your programs, your goals, and your cycle. Some people don't have these problems, but if you do, this is just something to consider. I have done this in the past. It's not the first time I've done this. I guess this time I hadn't pre-planned it. I think I was just excited to start my new program in the new year, so I didn't take this into consideration. But yeah, it's really important because you have to really listen to your body. And I know every 4 weeks my body is like, you don't really feel like doing this right now, nor am I going to let you go out to the gym. So I'm going to sync it up, and that way I won't be fighting what my body wants to do at certain times of the month. And I just hope that some of you ladies out there find this tip helpful. I don't think, I know a lot of women who lift who make sure that they are in tune with that. So it's something that you might want to consider. I will do some other blogs about tracking your cycle because I think it's really important, especially if you're just looking for body composition changes. There's so many different variables that go on throughout the month that you want to track to make sure that the results that you're getting when you're tracking progress aren't skewed by your cycle. So that's it for today. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and I will see you guys soon.